At 0218 hours, the Strait of Hormuz was a shadowed corridor of uncertainty. No moon, no stars, only restless waves lapping against the hulls of ships too big to hide, and an ocean that swallowed sound like a predator swallowing prey. On the surface, everything seemed calm. Beneath it, 4 submarines moved with deadly precision, invisible, undetectable, and ready to strike. For 19 months, this operation had been planned in absolute secrecy. The vessels, lightly known to the outside world as Zulfacar-class, were not the aging submarines intelligence agencies had cataloged. These were ghost machines, assembled from components sourced worldwide, each capable of running silently for 9 days at 4 knots, beneath the thermal layer that bent sonar pulses like shattered glass. Their mission? Track and, if necessary, neutralize the USS Ronald Reagan, a floating city of 100,000 tons, carrying thousands of sailors, armed aircraft, and an aura of invincibility. The carrier had been moving predictably through the strait, broadcasting its position publicly, but the crews below had been waiting, calculating, exploiting the chaos of the ocean itself. At 0220 hours, the first microsignal registered on American sonar, a faint, repeating pulse, barely 31% confidence. A biological anomaly? A merchant vessel? No, the pattern was too precise, too deliberate. Within seconds, the carrier's strike group transitioned from routine patrol to full alert. The MC general alarm echoed across steel decks, a single flat tone followed by commands that made every sailor's heart pound. General quarters, this is not a drill. Helicopters rose into the night, dipping sonar systems into the dark waves. Destroyers peeled hard, towed arrays streaming, ready to detect the undetectable. Surface radars lit the sky with invisible energy. Every American asset moved in a coordinated ballet designed to dominate and survive. The submarines, though exposed by this active hunt, had one advantage: speed and surprise. At 0224, the first salvo was authorized. Super-cavitating torpedoes and anti-ship missiles surged toward the carrier at impossible velocities, cutting through water with deadly intent. But the carrier was not defenseless. Advanced electronic warfare systems jammed guidance signals. CIWS Gatling cannons obliterated approaching missiles, and countermeasure decoys lured torpedoes off course. In mere minutes, the attack was neutralized. By 0231, the 4 submarines' acoustic signatures had vanished. The Strait of Hormuz, tense and dangerous just moments ago, returned to its deceptive calm. The carrier had not changed course. Not a single sailor, aircraft, or weapon system was lost. The engagement, invisible to the world, had lasted fewer than 12 minutes. The oceans swallowed its secrets once more. No public statement, no media coverage, no diplomatic protest. Iranian state channels would later report the failure of a routine training exercise, never mentioning the silent shadow war that had just unfolded. Commercial traffic resumed at dawn without interruption. Yet in the minds of naval intelligence officers and submarine crews, the lesson was clear. In modern naval warfare, the difference between peace and disaster is measured in milliseconds, in hertz, in the quiet decision of a sonar operator in the dead of night. This was not a story of brute force. It was a story of precision, patience, and the terrifying calculus of underwater strategy. One vessel, one crew, invisible to the world, had challenged an entire carrier strike group and survived. The Strait of Hormuz had been tested and dominated without a single shot finding its mark, and somewhere beneath the waves, the ghosts of the ocean waited, reminding us all that true power is not always seen, it is felt. In the seconds before catastrophe, in the silence after the storm. In the end, the ocean keeps its secrets, and those who patrol it in darkness know every quiet wave, every micropulse, every tactical decision could be the difference between a routine passage and global crisis. Tonight, peace prevailed, but only because mastery of the unseen had been absolute.